He was so rich that his generosity destroyed an entire economy. Yet today, many have never even heard his name. This is the story of the man who held more gold than anyone could imagine, a king whose journey across the desert left a trail of glittering chaos in his wake. Imagine a time when empires rose and fell not on the strength of their armies, but on the weight of their gold. We journey back to the 14th century, to the heart of West Africa, where the Mali Empire shimmered under the Saharan sun. This was a realm of unimaginable wealth, built on vast reserves of salt and, more importantly, gold. The earth itself seemed to bleed precious metal. And at the center of it all sat one man, Mansa Musa, the 10th Mansa, or King of Kings of the Mali Empire. His story doesn't begin on a battlefield, but in the quiet corridors of power. Musa ascended to the throne around 1312, inheriting an empire already vast and prosperous. But Musa was different. He possessed an ambition as boundless as the desert itself. He wasn't content to simply rule. He wanted to build, to expand, to create a legacy that would echo through eternity. Under his reign, the empire grew, absorbing legendary cities like Timbuktu and Gao, stretching its influence across thousands of miles. His rule was a golden age, marked by stability, learning, and staggering prosperity. The markets of Mali overflowed with goods from across the known world, but its greatest export was the one thing everyone desired: gold. And in 1324, Mansa Musa decided to show the world the true extent of his power. His goal was the Hajj, the sacred pilgrimage to Mecca, a journey of over 4,000 miles. But this was no ordinary pilgrimage. It was a procession of breathtaking scale, a river of gold flowing across the sands of Africa. Imagine a caravan stretching as far as the eye can see. Chroniclers say it included 60,000 men, all dressed in fine silks. At the front, 500 heralds, each carrying a staff of pure gold, announced the king's arrival. Following them were 12,000 attendants and, most astonishingly, a train of 100 camels, each one laden with over 300 pounds of solid gold dust. This wasn't a journey, it was a mobile treasury, a moving city of wealth. As this golden tide swept across the desert, it arrived in Cairo, the bustling heart of the Islamic world at the time. The city's inhabitants watched in stunned silence. Musa, a man of deep faith and even deeper pockets, began to give his gold away. He showered it upon the poor, bestowed lavish gifts on nobles, and spent so much in the markets that he single-handedly altered the city's economy. The sheer volume of gold he injected into circulation caused its value to plummet. Prices for everyday goods soared as the local currency was devalued. For over a decade, Cairo suffered from runaway inflation. An entire economy, one of the most powerful in the world, had been crashed by the generosity of one man. His name was now whispered in awe from the markets of Venice to the halls of Genoa. European cartographers, hearing these tales, began to draw him on their maps a majestic African king sitting on a throne, holding a massive nugget of gold. Musa returned from his pilgrimage a changed man, his fame now legendary. He brought back with him scholars, architects, and poets from across the Islamic world. His vision was to transform his capital, Timbuktu, into a new center of learning and culture, a city of light in the heart of Africa. He commissioned the construction of the legendary Gingerbread Mosque, a marvel of Sudanese Sahelian architecture that still stands today. Libraries were built, universities were founded, and Timbuktu became a beacon for intellectuals, attracting minds from across Africa and the Middle East. The wealth that had disrupted Cairo was now being used to build an intellectual and spiritual empire. It was the peak of his power, a moment when the Mali Empire wasn't just rich in gold, but rich in knowledge and culture. But like all empires, the golden age of Mali was destined to fade. After Mansa Musa's death around 1337, the empire he had built began to fracture. His successors lacked his vision and his strength. Internal conflicts weakened the throne, while smaller kingdoms, once under Mali's control, began to break away. The vast wealth that had defined the empire also made it a target. The glittering cities of Timbuktu and Gao were raided, and slowly, the empire began to shrink, its power slipping away like sand through an open hand. Within a century, the Great Mali Empire was a shadow of its former self. The story of its incredible wealth became a myth, a half-remembered tale of a king who controlled the world's gold. The mines that had fueled his legendary journey were eventually exhausted or lost to rivals, and the river of gold ran dry. What became of Mansa Musa's immense fortune? No one knows for sure. It was spent, given away, and ultimately scattered by the winds of time. His story serves as a powerful reminder that wealth, no matter how great, is fleeting. He built an empire, dazzled the world, and left behind a legacy not just of gold, but of culture and faith. Yet, his name, once spoken with reverence across continents, faded into the pages of history, becoming a hidden secret of our past. And so, the world's richest man is lost to memory, a ghost king in a golden empire, a reminder that even the most monumental legacies can turn to dust. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the hidden past. If you were captivated by this story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an uncovering of a forgotten truth. We'll see you next time.